Hey everyone, Coffee with Final Cut Pro Radio TV Live. I've got my coffee in my mug here. Everybody grab a cup. So, there's a couple of errors I'm seeing. That's okay. So I'm going to be right back with you. We're going to talk about the latest Final Cut Pro news. We're going to talk about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit and a couple of other items, but I have to do some maintenance first. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll be right back with you. Hey everyone, we're back here. Richard Taylor, Coffee with Final Cut Pro Radio TV Live. We got a few things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, the latest news from that. We're also going to talk a little bit about Sam Messman, what he's doing these days. iJustine has teamed up with Apple to do a basic Final Cut Pro 10 course. We'll just do a little bit about that. We're also going to go over the schedule a little bit for the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit for Thursday and Friday, and any other Final Cut Pro news. Oh, the other thing is, let's start with this. So we had a post this week that was, let me pull it up here. Apple and Red, the actual post said, I'll bring it up here. The actual post said, Apple versus Red as lawyers petition for cancellation of raw patent claims. So that's not exactly what's going on here. There is a actual case. The case is here, United States Patent and Trademark Office, Apple Incorporated petitioner, Red.com patent owner. But it's not exactly a lawsuit as some people have reported. It's not a lawsuit. So this is what, let me pull this up. This is what somebody from Red had to say. Let me see if I can pull that up. Here we go. So this person said, Jared Land, Apple did not file a lawsuit against Red, but rather filed 2 inter-party re-exam requests with the Patent Office. So it's not a lawsuit. He says this is standard operating procedure for patent holders. He says, we have a fantastic relationship with Apple. As they publicly announced in June, Red and Apple continue to work on incredible things. This is all just part of the process. So it's not an actual lawsuit, as has been reported by some people. Let me pull this out of here. So it's not an actual lawsuit, as some people have said. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lawsuit. It seems like something they file in the Patent Office that they do all the time. That seems to be kind of a standard thing, they said. So we'll see if that is the case indeed. But I just wanted to bring that up because people have been talking about it on Twitter and on Facebook and stuff. I've often joked that the Apple could buy Red with the change in Tim Cook's couch. So anyway, hope you're all having coffee this morning. It's Friday morning. I just figured I'd hop on here real quick. So we had a really nice Final Cut Pro Radio TV Live this week with some of our friends from Australia. I'm just going to play a quick clip of that.
Sure.
Hey everyone, I'm Richard Taylor. Look who I have here today from Australia. These are all Australian Final Cut Pros. Ian Anderson at the top left. I'm on the top right. Lee Herbert on the bottom left. Sean Lander in the center. And Matt Goddard on the bottom right. And you guys got me up very early this morning trying to schedule this.
And we
So that has so far has 1,400 views across different social media platforms, including Facebook and Periscope and YouTube. It was a real nice event. We're going to have a second version of that coming up in a couple of weeks, another version with some new other Australians, Final Cut Pros. So what else do we have going? Oh, we have another. So also this week we had Sam Messman on. Let me pull him up real quick. this is a little clip I had Sam on talking about what he's doing these days, because there's been reports that he's left LumaForge. That's not the case. He's not left LumaForge. He's just not involved with their day-to-day operations like he has been. He's more involved with
movies for my own small business and start getting some stuff out online. Where do you start?
Video has become so big across all kinds of businesses, real estate businesses. I see hospitals doing video. Everybody is doing video.
Everyone around the world is going to have to learn how to communicate through video.
You were the very first person I had on Final Cut Pro Radio. Episode 1.
Really?
Yes.
Was that really?
Yes, you were.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yes, you absolutely were.
Yeah, I remember way back when I even started getting interested in Final Cut, like you were one of the people that I was like, Richard Taylor. And I didn't actually know you at the time.
Sam, that was a little clip of Sam this week. He's doing some interesting things. He wants to get involved more with the Final Cut Pro community. He wants to work with We Make Movies quite a bit. And he wants to do some writing for FCP Co. So what else do we have? So last year at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit every year, they have a keynote speaker. All right. So last year, this was our keynote speaker.
I think that the real reason that I started my YouTube channel was because I wanted to learn to edit. So I went to school for graphic design, video production, but also even before that, I've always loved video. I remember stealing my parents' video cameras and recording from one VHS tape to the other one, trying to edit together little pieces of videos.
So that was iJustine. If you guys and gals know her, she has a very, very popular channel on YouTube. She does all kind of things, but she has put out a product with my friends from Ripple Training, and it's out on the App Store right now. It's what it is. It's a basic introduction to Final Cut Pro, talking about how she does Final Cut Pro. She had an interesting timeline when we saw it last year at the keynote at the FCPX Creative Summit. I have more video of that I'll be releasing coming up. I've videotaped her entire presentation, and I'll release some clips of that going forward as we get closer to the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. So let's talk about the Creative Summit. Let's talk about that for a minute. So let me see here. First thing I want to bring up is if you're going to the Creative Summit, use this discount code, FCPX Creative Summit, FCPX Radio 19. It'll get you 10% off on the Creative Summit. So use that code first off. That's the first thing. So typically in the Creative Summit, we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Typically on Friday, this has been in the years past, we had an opening ceremony, a welcome ceremony, Friday morning, 10 o'clock. We went on a bus last year. We went to a supper club, and we saw presentations there. They had lunch and stuff. Well, this year, because I presume it's because of the Juniper scheduling, it seems like it's the Juniper scheduling. They were busy on Sunday, so they shifted everything back to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, Thursday doesn't start until 1 or 1:30 in the afternoon. That allows people to come in Thursday morning and start. Now, Thursday has multiple things going on. It's going to have a couple of classes Thursday afternoon. It's also going to have this is all subject to change. This is just things that are happening right now. So Thursday is looking like the welcome ceremonies like they've had last year on Friday, about 1:30 to 2 p.m., sessions from 2 to 5, and a keynote from 5 to 6 on Thursday. That'll be Thursday afternoon. I'll be arriving Wednesday night, and I'll be broadcasting from the Creative Summit at that point. So anyway, that's Thursday. Welcome ceremonies, 1:30 to 2 p.m., sessions 2 to 5, 5 to 6 will be the keynote social. And then Thursday night, last year, the Saturday night, they had a social mixer. This is what that looks like. So this is just a mixer in the bar at the Juniper. Everybody got together. They had some kind of a trivia contest. This will be probably the same thing, but this year it'll be on Thursday night after the classes, the welcome ceremonies, and the keynote. Now, Friday morning, probably, once again, this can all change, but probably right now, they're going to have sessions in the morning to make up for the sessions that they don't have Thursday morning. Okay? One of the things, if you're booking a hotel at the Juniper Hotel, Wednesday night is surge pricing. There's some kind of a big event in Cupertino. All the hotels have very, very expensive rates on Wednesday night. I'll be there Wednesday night, but just for your information, it might be best to come on Thursday morning if you can. I think I checked the price on Wednesday night. It was like over $400 for that one night. If you go to FCPXCreativeSummit.com, which is where you want to go. Let me pull that up here for everybody. That is where you want to go. FCPXCreativeSummit.com. You can get a discount rate for booking your hotel at the Juniper by using, I think the code is FMC. But go to FCPXCreativeSummit.com to book your room. All the information is there. Matter of fact, let's just go there right now real quick. Let me pull that up. So here we go. Here's the Creative Summit, FCPX Creative Summit. The dates, of course, are November the 9th through the 7th. Let me type that in a little bit there. So there we go. So if you go to, first off, we'll see the speakers. The speakers are still being filled out. Right now we have, of course, Jeff Greenberg and Steve Martin, Mark Spencer and my friend, these are all my friends, Chris Fenwick. And I've talked to some of the Australians this week, and Ian Anderson is also going to be there talking, as well as Lee Herbert. Those are two more. But rates and registration, if you go to rates and registration, there's a place there, register now, and you can use the code. There's a code in there. Here you go. Click here to book your room using group code FMC. It'll give you a discount rate for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday if you want to stay Saturday. Now, I'll be staying Wednesday. I'll be getting there Wednesday night so I can see the things that are happening, this welcome ceremony and things on Thursday. What else do we have? So the other things are, so Friday morning, they're going to have sessions in the morning from about 8 p.m. to 11:30 or 12. That's the sessions they would normally have on Thursday morning. They're going to break for lunch, and then we're going to go to Apple. Now, this year, it doesn't look like we're going to go to the Apple Park. You know, the big circular park, the spaceship campus. We're probably not going to go there. Last year we went there. It was nice. You got to go to the visitor center. We had coffee. We saw the gift shop. But that's not really why I'm going to Cupertino. What we will be doing is going to One Infinite Loop to get a presentation from the Apple Final Cut Pro team. That's where we find out information all the time. So let's see. Let me see something here if I have. So here's a clip from last year at Apple headquarters. That's what it looks like at Apple headquarters. We get a presentation typically from the team. Apple has pre-announced an update to Final Cut Pro 10 this fall. They've already pre-announced that at WWDC. It's on their website. I don't know what that's going to be, if that's going to be Final Cut Pro 10.4 dot something, or if that'll be actually Final Cut Pro 10.5. However, I think, not positive, let me just pull this up here. I think we can expect something new happening at, let me see, the Creative Summit with Final Cut Pro. Some kind of new update, or maybe if they come out with 10.4 point something to be compatible with the new Mac Pro, which has also been announced for the fall, then I think, unless it's close to the Creative Summit, if it's close to the Creative Summit, that'll be what they will show us typically. So here's the Final Cut Pro page, and here's where it says new metal engine coming this fall. Coming this fall, accelerated performance with metal. What is that? Is that just for 10? We don't know. Optimized for the new Mac Pro. This is also coming this fall. So that could be Final Cut Pro 10.5. There's the Mac Pro, of course. But that also could be 10.4 point something. We don't know what that's going to be. They've just said it's going to be an update. But whatever it is, the closer it gets to the actual Cupertino date at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, that seems more likely. I mean, September, we know September is Apple's iPhone. That's what they concentrate on, is the iPhone for September. So we'll see if that holds true. Whatever they do, it's going to be interesting. But anyway, so for the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, once again, discount code FCPX Radio 19 to get 10% off. And there's probably not going to be a visit to Apple Park this year. I don't think most people go to the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit to see Apple Park. It was nice last year. It was the first time I was there, but other people have already been there. And we'll go to the One Infinite Loop. That's where the Final Cut Pro team is anyway. That's it for right now. The new speakers will be announced as I expect them to be, to that panel to be filled out later this month at FCPX CreativeSummit.com. That's where you want to go. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to get off here. You can find more at my YouTube channels, typical YouTube channels. I have youtube.com/Richard Taylor TV. And same on Periscope TV, and on Twitter, it's Richard Taylor TV or FCP Radio. I'm redoing my websites right now. I have FCPRadio.com and FCPX.TV, which I got the night that Final Cut Pro was announced at the LACPUG event. Not the actual Apple release of Final Cut Pro, but actually the event. I got up at like 10 o'clock at night Eastern time, and once they announced it, I went online and got FCPX.TV. So I think that's it. If you don't have any questions, I don't see any right now. That's all I'm going to do today. Let me see if there's any questions. I don't see any specifically. So anyway, this is Richard Taylor. I will talk to you the next time that I go live. I do these pop-ups here on FCP Radio TV Live whenever I feel like it and whenever there's some kind of news. But I've got the little bit of a news today for the Creative Summit. Let me just check what's going on Twitter right now. I don't think there's anything going on specifically. Not much. Just a couple of some nonsense. People complaining about whatever they want to complain about. I'm not really that interested jumping into that. But anyway, I will talk to you the next time, whenever that may be, and we'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by.